Just imagine if you knew how to really read order flow perfectly, right? So you can be able to take trades like this. Look at 9:30. So right, 9:30 market opened up right here, right? Come down. It comes up, sweeps a higher time frame liquidity, right? Right at a time when we're expecting it to sweep, which is the macro, the 9:50 to 10:10. Comes down, right? This zone right here is a new week opening gap, right? We're expecting new week opening gaps to get traded through and away from, right? We don't want new opening gaps price action to stay and trade right here, right? So anyways, we got the sweep up a higher time frame liquidity into the 950 1010 macro, displaced down, creating the bearish order block right here. We have a bullish candle with an aggressive close underneath, right after a sweep into a 950 to 1010 macro, right? We have to close below with the bearish fair value gap, right? With coupled with the first presented fair value gap, right? Which is all the confluences, right? We have to displace down. Then look what happens, right? Because right here, you're like, okay, am I late? You want to wait to get a retracement back into the most sensitive part of the order block, right? So see how it you see how it came in to the mean threshold, right? Which is the most sensitive part of the order block right here. It couldn't even get to the mean threshold. Sorry, it couldn't even get to mean threshold because we all know mean threshold is basically equilibrium 50% of whichever range you're looking at. And we're looking at this order block. So if I draw the fib from here to the low of the order block, this yellow line is the 50% range. We all see that it didn't even have the willingness to come up into the 50% range, which is the mean threshold of the order block, right? So it traded into the most sensitive part of the order block, came down. Yes, it didn't. Yes, it kind of invalidated this fair value gap a little bit, right? But you know, it did trade above it, but look what happened. There's only one close above it, and after that, nice displacement down, which is showing the respect of this bearish order block right here. Displacement lower, sweeping this low, creating another right order block, came down, respecting the lower quadrant of this 1 minute SIBI, which is a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, a bearish fair value gap. Displaced lower, now it's down here, right below the first presented fair value gap, below a new week opening gap, right below the midnight open, targeting these sell sides, right? Because we have relative lows down here and we have sell side liquidity down here also, right? So displacement lower, came down. It gave you one more entry to get back in right here, which is the manipulation up. Yes, it swept some of these lows, but if you would have left your stop above this inefficiency and start dragging it down to underneath or right above the first percent of fair value gap, you would have been safe. Then right here, this where it got hectic right here. Once it came here, respecting this, all of these bearish PD rays, it's respecting all bearish PD rays, disrespecting all bullish PD rays, right? Created another order block off of the rejection of the first presented fair value gap. Displaced lower right here. See the two up, so you see it right here, two bullish candles up into the first presented fair value gap. Displacement lower, right? Didn't leave a fair value gap, but if you know how to read order flow, right, these two bullish candles is the order block. You see how it came up into it, didn't even get to mean threshold, displaced lower. Same thing with this one. This one just came to respect the first presented fair value gap, and you see it's staying in the lower quadrant of this level, did not even take the rejection block, right? Displaced lower, creating another order block to the proportion, and we all know a proportion is a accelerator, and that's why you see this nice displacement all the way down, taking all of these sell side liquidities, coupled with multiple breakaway gaps. You see two bullish candles, a displacement lower, close below, fair value gap. It didn't even have the willingness after it displaced lower to come up, and it just dropped. Taking sell side, and we all know once it takes sell side, what do we like to see? You want to see a displacement up or under, depends on your direction, right? So it displaced lower, showing indications that it's not done going lower. That's why it came up. Respect this zone right here. We all know about breaking retest, right? This is what support. Broke underneath, now it turned to resistance. Displaced all the way lower, right? And that's how you could have made so much money, right? Trading just one macro, understanding these Peter rays, right? Understanding that you're looking for a sweep of liquidity first, right? Into an area you're expecting it to reject from, right? Coupled with the macro time, because we all know macro is time for it to start, right? Targeting inefficiencies to liquidity, right? Swept the highs, displaced lower, came back, tested this zone right here, displaced lower, creating a bearish order block. Came up, coupled with the first presented fair value gap underneath, displacement lower, pushed it even lower, targeting these quick little sell side right here. Came up, created another order block off of this first presented fair value gap, displacement lower, one more manipulation leg up to the drop down with the proportion, left the breakaways, left 3 breakaways, and then just ran all the way to the downside, right? Look where price is at. It did all of this around 21,630. Right now, price is way down here at, look, 20,504. Like, look how much points that is. Like, but it's all about understanding price, understanding the strategy you're trying to use, right? Right here we're using a lot of order blocks, right? You ain't see no breakers, right? I didn't draw nothing like that. Just straight off of order blocks, coupled with first presented fair value gaps and new week opening gaps, targeting inefficiencies and liquidity, right? So if you need help, if I have a free Discord, right? Just comment below, and my Instagram handle is Casino Trades, right? Just make sure you do not get scammed. I only follow 5 people, so just make sure. I would never DM you on you're trying to make money or anything like that. I'm only trying to help you, help me become the person that can do the thing to eventually, cash out every single week. Okay, so appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let's get it.